Hello everybody, it's The Worm, and welcome back to Steins Gate. Last time we started the Lukaku route, yes, and I'm not sure if it was something I should have seen coming, but we've opened up a whole can of worms here regarding, well, a lot of things really. It's actually pretty incredible, all the sort of subjects we covered in the last episode. What with consent and losing one's humanity and just Okabe being what would you even call it? A doofus? You know, something like that. Just a huge range of things had occurred. But nonetheless, we are continuing on. I know last time I said I'd have to think about what just occurred last time, and I believe that was in reference to the final scene of last episode, where it turns out that Lukaku was the one to ask for a date, rather than what Krisu suggested, which was for Okabe to be the one to ask for a date. Now, it's been a day for me. It's been a day since last episode. And in that time, I'm not really sure I've been able to come to any sort of conclusion on how to feel about that. I think I feel a bit better from it coming from Lukaku than if it were Okabe who initiated it, because it was sort of what that conversation with Kurisu, you couldn't help but think that Okabe doing something like that, asking to go out with the girl Lukaku here, regardless of whether or not Okabe would develop feelings for her, or whether it was just a sort of cynical play, it was all for this goal of getting the pager number so that we can reverse our D-mail. And so Lukaku is kind of just... she gets the short end of the stick, is what I'm trying to say. And so, I suppose, having Lukaku be the one to ask for this rather than Okabe doesn't, at least for now, makes it seem not as bad, maybe? Just maybe? I don't know. It's still... this whole situation still doesn't feel very good for me at the moment. I'll just say that. And I'm still trying to figure out why exactly. But I think we covered a lot of it last time. Really, it was a good conversation between Krisu and Okabe. And luckily, in the latter parts of the episode, Okabe seemed to finally start to understand just how wrong his approach has been. He had to be reminded more than once that, hey, this is a separate world line from what you remember. Stop treating this Lukaku like it's the previous one. I mean, well, of course, this Okabe, I was about to relate it to the Feyris ending, but of course, in this instance, we haven't gone through that. But just for an example, we had the Feyris ending where suddenly we were Okabe was suddenly Feyris' boyfriend, and they had known each other for something like 10 years at that point. Now again, the Okabe we are in right now is not that Okabe of the Feyris ending. But nonetheless, I feel like he should really be getting a handle on this sort of thing by now. But of course, I do have to cut him some slack. And this is something I've said multiple times in various episodes. I'm gonna say it again. It's very easy for me to sit back in my chair here and critique Okabe all day long. But, you know, he's actually in the situation and I'm not. So I can sit back, relax, and sort of analyze things and I can pause in the middle of conversations when he can't. So, you know, cut him some slack. I get it. Tense situation. Lives are on the line. It's just, come on, man. I want to root for you. I want you to improve. So, please improve a bit. That's all I want. Okay. Let's see how Okabe maneuvers through this now. Did he give you know, it's only been one day, but I can't remember. Did he give a firm answer to Lukako? I thought he said he had to think about it. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in a moment. Let's continue on, shall we? 10 minutes later, I get back to the lab. Mayuri's eating a red bean bun.
Okarin, どうだった?
Okarin, how'd it go?
ちゃんとルカちゃんに謝ってきたかな?
Did you apologize to Luka-chan?
そうだな。ジューシー唐揚げナンバー1をレンジでチンして D メールはつまり ABC と。
Yeah. So put the juicy chicken number 1 in the microwave and nuke it so that the D mail is basically ABC and...
すなわち電子レンジはバラ十字団の思想を受け継ぐ騎士たちの錬金術が生み出したものであり、チンとなる音こそが洗脳装置で、実はチンとなる意味など全くなく。
The microwave was developed by the Knights of the Rosicrucian Order, who used alchemy, meaning that the sound of the chime is the brainwashing device, while the chime itself actually doesn't have any meaning at all. I think Okabe might be broken. Alright, Mayuri, you're gonna give him a... You know, whack him a few times, see if you can reset him. Let's see here. We have 2 tips. It's funny, there are periods of time where it feels like we go a very long time without any tips at all. And then we just get 1 or 2 out of nowhere. Okay. Rosicrucian Order? This might be a reference, I don't know. The art of taking one thing and oh wait, no, this is we're on alchemy. Sorry. Alchemy first. The art of taking one thing and transmuting it into another. In fiction and conspiracy theories, even human bodies and souls can be transmuted. However, the fundamental law of alchemy, equivalent exchange, must be observed at all times. In the Middle Ages, alchemists attempted to use chemical processes to transmute common metals such as lead into precious metals such as gold. Their efforts paved the way for modern chemistry. Yes. Now, I've heard a long time ago that relatively recently, this is, I think, within decades when I say that, what would it be? Would it be chemists? I'm not sure, but I recall that recently scientists were able to actually transmute, what was it? I believe mercury into gold, and they used radiation or something like that. I might not be getting that right, but I think I remember hearing about that. And it was kind of a funny thing because they were able to finally accomplish what alchemists had been trying to do for so long. Just a little tangent. Okay, Rosicrucian Order. A secret society founded in 17th century Germany by Christian Rosenkreuz? Maybe? Rosenkreuz? Rosenkreuz was supposedly a practitioner of alchemy and black magic, but the legitimacy of this has been called into question. This also says Chunibyo. Could be a reference? I don't know. Christian Rosenkreuz sounds like it could be a thing. Or it could be something else, I don't know. I don't know. Exactly. Well, Okarin's broken. I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine. You know, I do have to say, I'll say this too. I had this whole little talk where I mentioned how Lukako had always been the one who was having difficulty with confidence and was very introverted. I gotta hand it to her. Lukako was actually the one to ask to go out with Okabe, which, you know, that's gotta take a good amount of confidence. So, although the situation is certainly abnormal, but, you know, gotta give her some props for that. Did I say this? I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine.
何してるの？
What are you doing?
少しばかり戦略的撤退を図る。
Making a tactical retreat. Are you time leaping, Okabe?
戦略？
Retreat. How far do I go? As far as I can. Yeah, that's it. Okabe. This is not... I mean, to be fair, I was the one suggesting he should be time leaping at the first at the first sign of resistance, so I get it. But it is kind of funny that after being asked out on a date, this is his first reaction. Far, far away from here. I'll jump all the way back to August 11th, the limit of the time leap machine's range. Oh my goodness, he's just doing it. Wow. Bye, Mayuri. What? Okay. A part of me wishes that after Mayuri asked how'd it go, did you apologize? I wish Okabe should have said something like, oh yeah, we're dating now. You know, just to throw her off, but nah. When I'm done, Kurisu is standing before me, fiddling with a phone wave name subject to change as writing. Or wiring, rather.
気が散るからこっち見んな。何度言わせんのよ。
Stop staring. You're distracting me. How many times do I have to tell you? She's still working on the time leap machine upgrade. I know I shouldn't interrupt her, but there's nobody else I can rely on.
お前を天才脳科学者と見込んで話がある。
Genius brain scientist, I need to talk to you.
手短に。
Make it short.
柳林神社まで一緒に来てほしい。
I want you to come with me to Yanabayashi Shrine. Okay, I still get that you're thrown off at the moment, Okabe, but you really need to be careful when messing with when the time leap machine was created.
理由を言って。デートとか言うつもりなら断る。
Tell me why. If it's a date or something, then I refuse. Well, a date might actually be involved here.
この俺がデートなどという軟弱なものをするわけがないだろう。ましてやその相手が女子とか冗談もほどほどにしてくれ。
Hoing Kyoma does not go on dates, much less with his assistant. Ridiculous. She's glaring like she's gonna kill me. Let's leave the jokes aside for now.
つまり男の脳と女の脳の違いについてだ。
So, I need you to explain the differences between the male brain and the female brain. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Give me a second here. I need to actually pause 1 second. Okay, alright, I'm back. Make sure you have some water nearby. Ugh, gotta stay hydrated. Okay. Yeah, let's just get into this right now, shall we?
わけわからん。
What? I briefly explained my situation and what happened with Lukako before I leaped. how brief exactly? You know, I'm noticing we're starting to get a bit more of this I explained everything, you know, rather than, and I mean, I get why they have to do that, because, well, you know, it would be a hassle to have Okabe go through everything every time. But still, with the way Okabe words things, I worry about your explanation. How many times have I explained this to Grisu now? I don't know, Okabe. Quite a few.
岡部さんと牧瀬さん、今日はお参りですか?
That must have been a good explanation, because you convinced her. Well, surely when he got to the part about Mayuri, that probably convinced her. Oh, Okabe-san and Makisa-san. Did you come to pray? Not exactly.
実は漆原さんに話があるの。
Actually, we have something to talk to you about, Urushibara-san. This is the strategy I thought up. Its name is Operation Christina. Of all the operation names so far, that's probably the most straightforward. Lukako reacts differently to me. I already know she'll have a breakdown if I tell her she's a guy. Yeah, okay. But she's not too familiar with Karisu, and they're both girls, so it should be easier if Karisu tells her. That's why I persuaded Karisu to handle it. So I wait behind Karisu and watch silently. I'm having doubts about this plan, Okabe, I gotta say.
何でしょうか?
What might that be? Lukako is shy. He was distant with me back when we first met. And I can see she's made a small wall between herself and Karisu now, too. On the other hand, Karisu's very calm, truly reliable. Karisu puts on a gentle smile and begins her explanation.
男性と女性で脳の働きって全然違うって知ってた?
Did you know? Male and female brains are very different.
はい。
Oh yes, she is a brain scientist. Sometimes I forget about that. What? Hey.
男性は右脳が活発、女性は左脳が活発なの。
Male brains are right dominant, female brains are left dominant.
え?
Yeah?
ちなみに右脳は画像処理とか空間処理、あとは総合的な判断力なんかに使われる。左脳を使うのは言語、あと計算とかかな。
By the way, the right brain handles image processing, spatial processing, and comprehensive judgment. The left brain handles things like language and calculation.
そうそう、右脳と左脳をつなぐ脳梁っていうのがあるんだけど、女性の場合はこれが発達してたりする。
The right and left brains are connected by the corpus callosum, which is more developed in females.
ほら、よく言うでしょ。女性は2つ以上のことを同時にできるって。それは脳梁が発達してるからだっていう説もあるわね。
You know how people say that girls are better at multitasking? That can be explained by the development of the corpus callosum. What? What the hell is she talking about?
まあ、これはどっちかっていうととんでも科学に近い俗説であって、それほど信憑性が高いわけでもないんだけど。
Actually, these theories are kind of fringe. They're not really that credible.
ちょっとだけ試してみてもいいかな。
So, if you don't mind, I'd like to do an experiment.
何をですか?
An experiment?
あなたの脳が女性としてのパターンを示しているのか、男性としてのパターンを示しているのか、マッピングしてみたいの。
I want to try mapping your brain patterns to see if they're more female or male.
マッピングって何ですか?
What is mapping? Luca goes clearly frightened.
脳波マッピング。あなたの脳波をサンプルとして取らせてもらうだけ。とにかく調べればわかるって。ねえ、痛くしないから。
Brainwave mapping. We just take a sample of your brainwaves. In a way, you'll understand if you try it, okay? Okay? It won't hurt a bit.
え、 嫌です。
No thanks.
ほんと大丈夫だから。私が保証するから。ほらほら。
It'll be okay, I promise. It won't hurt a bit. Just come to the lab and we'll...
お前はどこの変態親父か。
What kind of perverted old man are you? I lightly chop Krisu on the head.
何よではない。何のためにここに来たのだ。ルカ子を怯えさせてどうする。
Don't you what me? What did we come here for? What are you gonna do if you scare Lukaku away?
私はただ彼女に貴重な被験者として。
I'm just treating her like a valuable test sub...
帰れ。この実験大好きっ子が。
Go back to the lab, you experiment-loving girl.
ああ、そう。せっかく協力してあげたのにそういう扱いなわけ。だったら言われた通りに帰る。あとはあんた一人で頑張りなさい。
Yeah, okay. So that's the thanks I get for going out of my way to help you. I'm gone. You're on your own now. Krisu leaves the shrine with squared shoulders, muttering darkly to herself. Yeah. We have noticed in the past that Krisu does have some trouble in more casual environments. So, I'm not really surprised it went that way. I'm surprised exactly about what she said, but I'm not surprised that about the result.
岡部さん、牧瀬さんは何の話を？
What was Makise-san talking about?
つまりだな。
Well, basically... Do I have to explain it myself after all?
お前は本当は男なんだ。
You're actually a guy. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do with these two? Okabe and Krisu. Wow. Okay. Sure. Just do it again, I guess. The result is the same, of course. Huh. Well, that went terribly. I hear the tweeting of small birds outside the window. It's morning now. What was Krisu's plan exactly? Take Lukaku back to the lab, do a brain scan, and tell her, hey, your brain waves are actually more of a guy's. So, wouldn't it be neat if we were able to change the timeline and you were actually a guy? Was that the plan? My goodness, that's pretty roundabout, and, well, it obviously didn't work. It's morning now. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's in the middle of summer. Too bad the cicadas are already chirping. The sun's not too strong yet. This is the second time I've woken up like this, though the date was different the first time. In any case, my mental state is exactly the same as back then. Through the front door, I hear someone stomping up the stairs. Ah, right on schedule. I jump up thinking it's Moeka, but then I realize who it is. Yep. Beware the wrath of the angry Mayuri. Okarin, oh, there you are. Mayuri enters and greets me with a disapproving pout. Originally, Mayuri was supposed to stay over at the lab, but last night, she got a call from someone and left in a hurry. She probably went to see Lukaku. Mayushi's very disappointed in you. Look, Okabe, you need to fix this. You need to actually solve this issue because I don't know how much angry Mayuri I can handle. A few more confrontations like this and I might be down for the count. Mayuri puffs out her cheeks and thrusts a finger at me. Of course. I sigh in frustration. Before I time-leaped, this happened on the 14th. today is the 12th. Since I explained the situation to Lukaku early, it looks like Mayuri's protest came early too.
オカリンってばルカちゃんを泣かせたでしょ
You made Luka-chan cry, didn't you?
ルカちゃんに相談されたんだよ男だったって言われたって
Luka-chan told me. She said you said she was a guy.
オカリンなんでそんなひどいこと言ったの
Ocarine, why would you say such a mean thing?
これから会いに行ってくるから案ずるな
I'm going to see her now, so don't worry.
そうなのよかったオカリンが謝らないって言い出したらねマユシーはオカリンと絶交するつもりだったんだ
Really? Thank goodness. If you weren't gonna apologize, then Mayushi was never gonna talk to you again. That mail should come any minute now. Oh, there it is. It actually came. It's the same one from before. If I go to Yanabayashi Shrine now, Lukaku will confess her love and ask me to be her boyfriend.
恋人になってください
I'm glad that I mentioned it at the beginning of the scene last time, but that first image where it was just Lukaku kind of blankly staring at us, I really did have a premonition that something was going to go horribly wrong. And something crazy did happen, but luckily it didn't go the direction I thought it might, so that's good. But please be my boyfriend. But this time I thought ahead. Did you? Okay, let's hear this.
Christina! Christina!
Christina! I didn't need to read that. Why did I read that? I start yelling at the development room and begin to hear the sounds of someone moving inside.
クリスちゃん寝てるの徹夜なんだから起こさない方がいいよ
Is Chris-chan sleeping? She worked all night, so you shouldn't wake her up. I know, but I have to do this.
Christina! 起きてきてくれ
Christina, please wake up.
うるさいな
Ah, shut up. Chrisu comes out of the development room with sleepy eyes.
クリスちゃんトゥットゥル
Oh, she got the tutoru. Chris-chan, tutoru. Last night she fell asleep at the desk. The sleeves of her clothes left a mark on her cheek. Her hair's frayed, her eyes are red. She rubs those red eyes.
なんなの
What is it?
これから柳林神社に行くお前もついてきてくれ
I'm going to Yanabayashi Shrine. Come with me. Wow. Okay.
オペレーションクリスティーナ2だ
It's time for Operation Christina 2.
15日まで
Until the 15th.
まゆりちゃんが危ないことになる前まででいいですから
We can stop before Mayuri-chan is in danger.
だから
So,
になってください
please be my...
本当に ください
Please be my bend.
恋
Boy end.
恋人になってください
Please be my boyfriend. Same as before. Only this time, I have to be her boyfriend for 4 days instead of just 2. I guess you could say it's a bold proposal. Fortunately, I came prepared. It's time to set Operation Christina 2 into motion. Last time things got complicated when I added the experiment-loving girl into the conversation. This time I had her watch things from the shadows near the staircase.
すまん ちょっとだけ待ってくれ。
Excuse me, I need a moment. I turn my back to Lukako and call Kurisu.
ようリア充
Sup, you filthy normie.
お前人の気も知らずに何がリア充だ。
Who's a normie? Think about how I feel for once.
今のルカ子の話聞いていたか。
Did you hear what Lukako said just now?
今北産業
No, fill me in.
聞いてなかったのか。
You weren't listening?
この遠さじゃ聞こえるわけない
How am I supposed to hear her from all the way over here?
告白15日まで。そしたら男に戻る。
She confessed. Until the 15th, then back to manhood.
把握
Roger.
でも何をいちいち私に相談することがあるわけ漆原さんの願いを叶えてあげればいい
And? Why are you asking me? Just grant Urashibara-san's wish.
だけど相手はルカ子だぞ。
But it's Lukako.
どこが不満なのあんなに可愛いのに
What's wrong with her? I mean, look how cute she is.
しかし男
But she's a...
元は男だったなんてのもあんたの妄想かもしれないし
Her being a guy must just be a delusion of yours.
私から見れば彼女は最初から彼女だった
From my perspective, she's always been a girl.
観念しなさいってじゃあね
Just give up. Bye.
あ、
Wait. She hung up.
あいつ何のために連れてきたと。
Damn. Why did I even bring her along? That's my question too, actually. Why? What did you think was going to happen? I mean, I guess maybe just she would give him confidence or something? I don't know. Because the fact that even she said, "Why are you calling me?" sounds like they didn't even discuss a plan beforehand. He just said, "Just come with me to the shrine." That's it. What a useless assistant. I stuff my phone into my pocket and head back to Lukako.
今の電話の相手って牧瀬さんですか
Were you on the phone with Makise-san?
ああ
Oh, yeah.
そうですか
Oh.
なんだか今の岡部さんとても楽しそうにお話ししてましたね
You looked like you were having fun.
どこがだ。
Nonsense. Is this pressure? Is she applying psychological pressure?
それで
So, Lukako fidgets restlessly.
さっきのお返事を
Your answer? Please be my boyfriend. A 4-day trial relationship. Will those 4 days feel long or short? I mean, sure, Lukako is cute. She's very slender and delicate, especially around the waist, and her skin is as white as alabaster. Even when Lukako was a guy, I occasionally found myself mesmerized by his girlish demeanor. Biologically, the current Lukako is a girl, so even if we do stuff, there shouldn't be a problem. But still, I'm on a mission to change Lukako back into a guy. I need to accomplish that mission to save Mayuri. If I go out with the girl Lukako and fall in love with her, then will I be able to treat the guy Lukako like I used to? If I forget he's a guy and lose my self-control, it could result in complication. How about you don't lose your self-control? How about you just don't do that? Just... okay. Going out with the current Lukako isn't the problem. I mean, I still have my reservations, but cuteness is justice, right? The real source of my hesitation is the thought of what happens afterward. Okay. The problem isn't Lukako, but my own heart. Uh-huh. Besides, I'm supposed to be saving Mayuri, not going out on dates. But on the other hand, Lukaku's cooperation is essential to save Mayuri. I won't get anywhere if I reject Lukaku and make her cry. For the sake of my goal, I must overcome the problems of my heart. Yes, please do. Please do that. I mean, it's easy for me to say that, but something like, let's see here, where was it? If you forget he's a guy and lose your self-control, I don't know, man. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous, but yeah, just get a hold of yourself. Just think ahead more than just the next few seconds. Just, I don't know. That's such a strange thing to read. I don't know what the deal is here. Okay. I'll do it. I'll take Lukaku's deal. But if we're going to do this, I tell myself, there's one rule that you must follow. You must not fall in love with Lukaku. Cue montage of Okabe falling in love with Lukaku. Even if it means trampling on her heart, you must not fall in love. So what's the deal? Is it going to be last in the Pharis ending, or the Pharis arc? The whole big decision at the end was having to, you know, take away her father, and, you know, all that sort of thing, and also ending a potential, or preventing a potential relationship with Pharis. So those were the two things we had to sacrifice for Mayuri's sake. We had to sacrifice Pharis' father and a potential relationship with Pharis. Here, I guess, we're going to have to make a choice, and I guess it's going to be sacrificing a potential relationship with Lukaku. But, I mean, it sounds like we're not going to have anyone die, which is a plus. I don't know. I need to think about this a bit more. There's something off here in more ways than one, I think, actually. Okay. Fall in love, and you could end up walking the forbidden path. Lukaku is a guy. Guy. Lots of guy. And don't you forget it. Just don't forget.
いいだろ
Very well.
う。お前と付き合おう。15日の夕方までだが。
I'll go out with you, but only until the 15th. Tears immediately fall from Lukaku's eyes.
なぜ泣く？
Why are you crying? I'm happy. I was sure that you'd say no. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Her face is red and her eyes are wet with tears. Yet she's really happy. Seeing her like this, all shy and embarrassed, but happy at the same time, makes me feel... She's too cute. I mustn't fall in love, but I'm about to. My goodness, what fickle heart you have there, sir. Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? Okabe seems very... I mean, on the one hand, I get it. He's a younger guy, okay? And he's a younger guy, and he happens to have... I mean, let's be real about what the situation is here. He basically has a harem almost, right? He is Mayuri, he is Kurisu, he is Pharis, he is Lukaku now. I don't know whether to count Moeka in there, but I'm assuming we're gonna get a Moeka arc, which is kind of funny for several reasons. But it seems to be the case that certainly with Ferris and Lukako, the attention that they give him, you give a teen guy this kind of attention, then I get it. He would be. But I don't know. Even so, it just seems. I don't know. Where am I going with this? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense. Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? She must be doing it on purpose. There's no other way. Lukako's cuteness is a terror of the universe.
Okabe-san?
Okabe-san?
Nanda?
What? Lukako wipes her tears away.
明日
Tomorrow? A day? Day? What does she mean by day?
デートに連れてってください。
Please take me on a date?
なんだと?
What did you say? A date? True, when a couple goes somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going out.
行くのは問題ないが、どこへ行く?
Okay, but where?
え?
Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind.
岡部さんの行きたいところに行きたいです。
I want to go where you want to go, Okabe-san.
つまり岡部さんが好きな場所を知りたいから。
I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san. So in other words, she wants me to decide for her. It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratched my head and thought.
じゃあ、プランは明日までに考えておく。
Then I'll come up with something by tomorrow. For now, I just want to get out of this sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. I do too, actually. Let's get out of here. Okay. Yeah, there's a few things I'm not liking about this whole situation. First of all, just the idea of, him becoming her boyfriend for this set amount of time. It feels very sort of transactional. And, just me personally, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's, I don't know. In terms of relationships, I mean, that doesn't really sit well with me. And I mean, as I said before, you got to give it to Lukako for having the confidence to do that, and we can obviously see the fact that she was able to get a positive response that meant a lot to her. But just, I have trouble thinking about doing something like that, and yet having the thought in the back of your mind that the only reason the other person said yes is because they're going to get something out of it, and then it's only temporary. I mean, maybe to Lukako, maybe she feels so either in love with Okabe or just so worried about how introverted she is that even just a temporary relationship is enough to, I don't know, alleviate the sort of suffering that she's feeling. But even so, it just doesn't feel right to me. And then there's Okabe's whole response, which is, it's something, I guess. Look, Okabe, I can't talk to you, of course, and this is a story that's already written down, so I can't affect or change anything. But if I could, I'd say something like, just think of them as twins, okay? Think there's a boy Lukaku and a girl Lukaku, okay? Separate them in your mind or something, because this sort of hang-up he's getting... Like, and the one thing he said that, if he manages to reset the world line, that he's not going to be able to have any self-control and may end up assaulting a boy Lukaku. I don't know. Definitely... I'm worried there's going to be a lot more of this kind of thing in this arc here, this Lukaku arc. And if so, I'm not sure how I'm gonna like this one. I didn't really enjoy the Ferris arc all that much, to be honest. So far of we've done 3 arcs so far. We've done the Suzuha arc, we've done the Ferris arc, and now we're on the Lukaku arc. Of the 3 so far, gonna have to say Suzuha is probably the best arc I've played thus far. Of course, we're still in the middle of the Lukaku arc, and I'm guessing that there's probably going to be one for each girl. So maybe there's a Krisu arc, maybe there's a Moeka arc. Funnily enough, I'm actually waiting for the Moeka arc. The idea, it just kind of tickles me a bit. The idea that we're actually gonna try to go on some adventure to, I don't know, get to know her in order to reverse her D-mail. Even though in that one, Okabe was feeling like he needed to get Lukaku's consent in order to change the world line. I'm not sure he would feel that way about Moeka, and we know exactly what she changed, so maybe we could, maybe we actually don't have to go look for her and get her permission, so to speak. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe the Mayuri arc will be the last one or something, since she's the one we have to save, but I don't think she has a D-mail that we need to change, so who knows. Alright. I think that's going to be it for today. Yeah. And then there's someone in the comments a few days ago mentioned, it was just something innocuous, like you might be done with the game already as I write this, and I said no, I'm not finished yet, and I don't know how close I am to the end, and that's still the case. Clearly, at some point, we went from a sort of just linear story to now these character arcs, each in a sequence. I'm not sure if we get to the end of those arcs, suddenly it's going to be the end of the game immediately afterward, or if there's going to be a lot more after that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I think we're done. I hope you're all doing all right. I've been The Worm. This has been Steins Gate, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.